Alright, what's going on, everybody? First of all, huge thank you to 1047 Games and Splitgate for allowing me to play the Arena Royale early. Had a ton of fun, got to play with and against tons of amazing fellow creators, and it was a great experience, and I look forward to hopefully having more wonderful experiences like this in the future. So in the video, I'm going to kind of go over the changes made to the Arena Royale, the good, the bad, and along with that, what I would like changed. So I hope you enjoy. So what is different about this new version of Splitgate Arena Royale, formerly known as Battle Royale? Well, you will notice right off the bat at the start of the match, you do not load in to a lobby like you used to before. You load in to this little room, and around you have everybody that is in the lobby. It is a 24-player battle royale instead of a 60-player, and it is on a single onslaught map. And in this room, you and the 23 other players get to choose which map you are going to drop in on. And the maps you get to choose from are Drought, Fracture, Glacier, and the new map, which is Outskirts, which is a Meridian themed map. And Outskirts, I got to play it a few times, was really cool. You saw a little bit of gameplay of it in the intro, and you will see some gameplay as well a little bit later on in a win that I got on the map Outskirts. It was a ton of fun. The map is very well designed. I love the post-apocalyptic theming. It's a great map to be able to play and experience and get to play early. And you'll notice a lot of times as soon as you drop in, there is action the moment you hit the floor. The moment you hit the ground, there is likely going to be a fight, and if there isn't, there is one that's not far behind. So there's always something for you to do. There's always something for you to fight for. It's very fast-paced, very high action. You'll notice that chests open automatically. There's no button that you need to click to open a chest. It just opens for you, and then also all of the loot, everything except for the gun is automatically picked up. Everything except for the gun and your equipment, which I think is fairly similar to the old Battle Royale, but everything is much faster. So once you've looted up and you've gotten your guns, you've gotten your equipment, you then move on, and it's time to go fight. And the chest will randomly upgrade and respawn throughout the match, similar to the previous version, but they do not all always upgrade. So they will respawn, but the chest that respawns might be a gray chest, it could be a blue chest, and so on. There's also a new way to upgrade your weapons, your portal gun, and your shield throughout the match. Through there is no more buy stations, so the buy stations are gone. The way that you upgrade your equipment is on the go. So as soon as you get the cash to upgrade something, you'll have this little pop-up that says press tab to upgrade, and you can go ahead and choose what you like to upgrade and how much you'd like to upgrade it. And then on top of that, how do you get cash? So you get cash by doing damage, getting kills, and completing mini events during the match, which is another new feature. So you will have an instance of either split ball, firecracker, or hot zone in the middle of the match. It will pop up in my gameplay. I noticed that they seem to be relatively center to the map more often than not, but they do spawn randomly on the map, so it's not going to be center. And if you complete those, you will get a lump sum of cash, and it's pretty much just a free upgrade. Well, not a free upgrade, but it's pretty much an upgrade to legendary loot. So definitely worth it to go for those if you see them pop up on the map or if you are nearby one. Definitely worth it. It's going to get you kitted to continue playing and gonna give you better odds of winning. So that's kind of a rundown of what is new and what is different. So what do I like about the Arena Royale? Well, I like that it's very fast paced. The action does not stop. It feels a lot like an actual arena shooter. The moment you hit the ground, I mentioned it before, you are going to be fighting. There's going to be someone to shoot at. There's going to be someone to fight. And if there isn't, there's a fight close by. And I hope that's kind of reflected in the gameplay that you're seeing on screen, is that it's just a lot of action, and even when you respawn after you die, it's just a lot of times you're shot right back into the fight. There's, someone to shoot relatively close by typically. The action does not stop. The action keeps going. I like that a lot. I like the new smaller format with one map, fewer teams, but on one smaller map. I think that helps the pacing a lot. And also, endgames are electric. Endgames are extremely fun. They're extremely entertaining. If you get to that point, it's going to be a lot of just kind of chaos, running back and forth, people shooting at each other, trying to hide for cover, trying to conserve portals, and those kinds of things. So it's a ton of fun. It's a ton of fun overall. I just had a great time. Now that's some of the good. It's a lot of fun. The pacing is very fast. The looting is fairly quickly. You're not spending a lot of time looting. You're not spending a lot of time running around. You're spending a lot of time fighting, and also completing objectives, which I like. I think that's a very good step in the right direction for the Battle Royale in the game. I think that this is definitely a worthwhile remake, and definitely worth your time if you are interested in playing it. I think it's definitely worth it. So now that we've gone over some of the good, it's time to go over some of the bad and things that I would like to see changed. So first off, one of the things I noticed, and I know several other of us noticed as well because we were talking about it, was some of the spawns did not seem to work very well. There would be several times where I would respawn directly in front of an enemy and would then subsequently die again. So I think that some of the spawns could be touched up, or the spawn logic in terms of how far an enemy player is away, where it will allow you to spawn. Now, along with that, I did like that you do not have to spawn on a teammate like it was before. If there is a safe zone somewhere, when your timer runs out, you will respawn by yourself somewhere else on the map, somewhere that is safe, that you will not be in danger. So I do like that, but some spawn logic could be improved. Generally speaking, though, it wasn't really much of an issue that I noticed a whole lot. So definitely a W on the devs, but that's something that I would like to see get fixed. Another thing that I was not a huge fan of was that all of the maps have one single drop-in location, so there's no more dropship. Everyone just kind of spawns in the sky and drops in. I didn't like that there was only one spot that you drop in for all the maps. It kind of led to everyone always dropping at the same locations every single match, and I would like to see a little bit more diversity in those drop spawns, so that we're exploring the maps a little bit more, especially in the early game. Secondly, kind of along with the drops, I would like to see a feature that I think was in the first iteration of the Battle Royale, where you kind of drop together, because there were a few times where we'd load in and immediately kind of, all right, where are we dropping? And sometimes you might ping somewhere, but a teammate has already started flying to somewhere else and they can't get to the location that you pinged. So having it work similarly to where Apex does, or how it worked in the original version of the BR, where you have a drop leader and that drop leader kind of controls where you're dropping, and other players can of course separate if they wish, but I would like to see that feature kind of make a return. Yeah, that's kind of it. So my overall review of the Arena Royale is very positive. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Being able to interact with other people in the pregame was a ton of fun overall. We loved it. It was great. Being able to vote on maps again was a lot of fun, very engaging. Always, happened to be, often was kind of a brawl in that little room area, which was a whole bunch of fun. But yeah, the Arena Royale, the devs cooked, guys. They did a good job with this. It was a ton of fun. And once again, thank you to 1047 Games for allowing me to capture some gameplay and record some footage. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. More content coming soon. I have educational content. I do highlight videos as well. So if that's the kind of thing you'd like to see, and as well as potentially future preview content, if that's the kind of thing you would like to see, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.